The U.S. will pay the price. The latest rhetorical shots fired by China over a possible visit to Taiwan by the U.S. House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. They sit alongside past warnings about playing with fire, an egregious political impact, and of a resolute military response. Yet, still no word on Ms Pelosi's current whereabouts. The official is believed to have left Malaysia on an American Air Force jet earlier today, although there is no confirmation she was on board. All indications are the official is set to land in Taipei tonight. If so, she will be the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit the island, which China regards as its sovereign territory, in more than 25 years. Talk of a possible visit has escalated tensions between the U.S. and China to a level not seen in years. Ms Pelosi is currently on a tour of several Asian countries, having already concluded 2 stops in Singapore and Malaysia. Regarding her possible visit to the island, Taipei has so far refused to comment.
对于 Nancy Pelosi 议长会不会来台湾主要没有办法回应的这个原因，是因为 Pelosi 议长他本人以及他们的 office 他们也没有证实他们也没有做进一步的说明。那所以我们当然这边是没有进一步的这个评论。
Following the story closely is Olivia Seong joining us from Beijing with the latest. Ollie, China says it is remaining in contact and communication with the U.S., but still the war of words continues.
That's right. We just heard not too long ago from China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi, the most senior Chinese official to now weigh in on this potential controversial visit by the U.S. House Speaker to Taiwan. And Mr. Wang said that the One China principle is at the core of China's core interests and an insurmountable red line and bottom line for China, accusing some in the U.S. of challenging China's sovereignty over Taiwan and deliberately causing trouble, describing these actions as, quote, deplorable. Now, Mr. Wang also said that some U.S. politicians are selfishly playing with fire, that same metaphor being used again, and he said that they will not meet with a good end. Now, China's foreign ministry at its daily briefing, its spokesperson also hit back at comments made by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who said that if Ms. Pelosi were to go ahead with her trip to Taiwan, any escalation in tensions or creating any form of crisis would the blame would fall on Beijing. But China has hit back at that, saying that Mr. Blinken had confused right from wrong, adding that the U.S. had been pushing the envelope when it came to Taiwan and China's red lines, and that China was only acting in self-defense. And any countermeasures it said that China would be taking, which it has warned it will take, it said are justified. Now, the ministry also hit back at the U.S. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby's comments, who he said that, Ms. Pelosi had every right to visit Taiwan, even as the Biden administration has sought to distance itself from this trip, saying that there has been no change to the U.S. policy on Taiwan, that there has been precedence for this trip, and that Congress is an independent branch of the U.S. government. But China's foreign ministry made very clear that Beijing is not seeing it this way. It said that Ms. Pelosi, the U.S. Congress, is part of the U.S. government and should follow the same U.S. foreign policy. Also, the fact that Ms. Pelosi is traveling on a military plane and the 3rd highest ranking official in the U.S. makes this, it can't be said that this is viewed as an unofficial visit. And when asked whether the U.S. and China are in communication, this is what China's foreign ministry had to say.
中美双方呢一直在各个层级通过各个渠道，在北京和华盛顿都保持着密切的沟通。中方多次明确无误地向美方阐明了中方坚决反对美国众议院议长窜访台湾的坚定的立场。我们希望美方的官员呢能够清楚地理解这个问题的重要性、敏感性以及一旦发生的危险性。
Ollie, with the tensions already so high, how likely is a military escalation to levels even higher than what they already are?
That's right, Jill. As you said, tensions are definitely high. And we heard from, once again, the U.S. National Security Council spokesperson who said that China was preparing possible military provocations, including firing missiles into the Taiwan Strait or flying into Taiwan airspace. But he added that Ms. Pelosi was traveling on a military aircraft. So while the White House, he said, was not concerned about direct military confrontation, definitely the risk of miscalculation has definitely gone up. And we just have to look at how China has stepped up military activity in the last few days. In the sea, Chinese media have reported that 2 aircraft carriers of its navy have moved out from their home ports. Today, authorities announced that a military training was being conducted in some waters of the South China Sea and live fire drills also in the northern Bohai Sea. Entry to these areas is prohibited. And there was no explicit official link being made to Ms. Pelosi's trip, but definitely no coincidence in the timing here. But experts say that China's military, one of the things it could do is to surround Taiwan with these military drills to try and block and deter Ms. Pelosi's plane from landing in the island. Now, in the air, we have also seen reports that several Chinese warplanes have reportedly flown very close to the median line in the Taiwan Strait. Also, Xiamen Airlines today announcing that it has adjusted dozens of its flights, citing air traffic control issues. And we do know that Xiamen is in the southeastern Fujian province, which is in close proximity with Taiwan. Again, the specific reasons are not clear, but analysts are saying that another thing that China could do is to escort or intercept Ms. Pelosi's plane as it tries to land in Taiwan. Now, we also have to note that the U.S. as Ronald Reagan carrier has also moved to operate near Taiwan. Now, analysts are telling me that it's quite unlikely there will be a direct military confrontation. This will not serve the interests of both China and the U.S. But what's concerned is a possibility of some form of incident, as this comes at a politically sensitive time. China not wanting to look weak ahead of its Communist Party Congress, where President Xi Jinping is after an unprecedented 3rd term in power. So definitely they are saying that China will need to act. But the question is also what China will do exactly, because there are concerns. And knowing that China is facing challenges with its economy, it would not want to risk instability in the country as well. Jill?
Many thanks for that. Olivia Seong following the story closely from Beijing.